Making Somali food or sambusa will be the easiest thing you will ever do in your entire life. As you can see here, I'm dumping here some AP. There's already a little bit of water in the bowl. You can also use a stand mixer, but I prefer to use my hand because it's simple and easier. I don't need to hook up any machines. I'm going to pour some water straight from the sink. I do not like to make my dough super hard, so it's going to be like a sticky, semi-soft consistency. And then next, I'm going to be preparing the thingy that you do for the inside so it doesn't stick. So that's just oil and flour. Blend those together, or not blend, mix that together. And that is what you're going to use when you flatten your dough into balls. Now I'm going to section this out into smaller bowls so it's easier for me to manage it. The best and easiest trick that my mom taught me or taught us is that you go ahead and make, if you're a large family, this is for my mom's family, and we always do this for her every Ramadan. Either my sister does it for her or I do it. So this year I was at her house, so I did it for her. Elongate it. Go ahead, once you elongate it, get a mindi, which is a knife, and then gonna chop it up into smaller pieces for portions. My mom loves hers to be big. I don't like mine big, but because it's for her family, I'm gonna make it big. I know it doesn't look like it's big, but it was big, trust me. It was big in my eyes, and that's all that matters. So I'm cutting it up into smaller pieces, to smaller bowls. Why am I saying bowls? Balls. It's balls. Smaller balls. Sheesh. I'm going ahead and rounding it up right now. I'm going to put it into groups of fives because that's easier. One batch will give you 5, 10, 15, 20. And then it's super easy to count. I'm not good at math, so that's why I have to count it out loud. But, you get two of these and you have 40, right? Yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20, as you can see there. So 5, 10, 15, 20. That's the other batch I'm going to do after I'm done doing this. Go ahead, flatten your little balls. Yeah, little balls into smaller circles. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle. um don't make it super thin at the first stage. You're gonna make it super thin when you're doing it the second time. Grab like a teaspoon of the oil and flour mixture. Then you're gonna go ahead and start stacking them up like so. Make sure you put sufficient oil mixture in there so it doesn't stick. As you can see, my dough was soft, but it wasn't like soft to the point that it was super sticky. You get it? That's what you needed. And it's easier for you to go ahead and flatten it out later. If you make your dough hard, then you want to have that strong arm workout, which I was not ready to do so. What I like to do once I have the five of them stacked up, I go ahead and try to press them together lightly so it's like even all of those five are seen. Then I'm going to go ahead and place it aside and grab the second batch and grab the other batch and do the rest. Then I'm going to go ahead, as you can see here, start flying it out as wide as I can. As I said, my mom likes theirs to be very wide and thick. Unfortunately, I haven't mastered making it super thick, so the easier way to make it thick would be don't flatten it like I'm flattening it. Don't flatten it too thin, okay? Once you're flattening it out, one of the things that I've noticed some people do is to, start cutting it out individually. And by that, what I mean is when it's already crossed into that rectangular shape or whatnot, they go ahead and do like that singular cuts. I've seen it several times. So the easiest way to get that perfect shape is like what I'm doing right now. Go ahead right from the get-go and cut it off like that. You don't need to do it after you have went ahead and put it on the pan. This makes it easier and the shapes will come out just perfect. Now go ahead and place that onto the soft stove with like a frying pan or whatever you have, something non-stick, and then just keep it on for a few seconds until it gets just, enough heat. Now I'm going to go ahead and start removing it. See how easy it is. Make sure as I said, you are filling enough oil into that mixture so it does not become hard for you to remove. You can go ahead and pre-fill with the seasonings or the food, the fillings that you want. So it could be digir, it could be beans, it could be meat, it could be fish, it could be anything that you wanted. And then go ahead and put it into the deep freezer and you're ready to use it. Makes the time go super efficient. It'll give you time to go ahead and do your ibadas rather than focusing or trying to do a lot of cooking. So the easiest method, as I told you guys, to get those perfect shapes is going ahead once you find it out, go ahead and cut it up at that moment instead of doing it at this stage, right? Until next time. So yeah, this is the easiest Somali sambusa folia that you can ever make. See how easy it is for me just to peeling them off, and it's thin, beautiful, crispy. That's how I like it.